Meta ads targeting has changed again. And if you're still targeting like it's 2021, you may be burning budget. I've been running Facebook ads or Meta ads for over 11 years now, before Meta was even a thing. And in that time, I've managed hundreds of accounts. I've spent more than $20 million in ad spend, over $80 million in revenue generated. So I've learned what works, and I've also learned from mistakes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I'm going to be targeting in 2025. What's changed, what matters, and how to build campaigns that convert. Let's jump in. Not long ago, you had full control over targeting. You could pick age, gender, interests, and stack lookalikes. But those days are gone. Meta's rolled out the Advantage Plus sales campaigns across most accounts, and that's changed everything. Advantage Plus is part AI and part black box. It doesn't mean you have no control. It means you need to know where to guide Meta and where to let go. And I'm going to show you exactly how to strike the balance. First of all, let's talk about the difference between controls versus suggestions. When you build a campaign now, Meta splits your targeting options into two sections. Controls are hard limits. If you say 35 years plus, Meta won't show your ad to anybody under 35. Suggestions, on the other hand, are soft guidelines. You might suggest targeting between 35 and 55 years old, but Meta can test outside of that range if it thinks it will convert. So our strategy, we use controls sparingly, mainly for legal requirements or special offers. Let Meta stretch its legs within suggestions, because that's where scale comes from. So how do you want to structure your targeting in 2025? We structure most ad sets using this layered approach. First of all, location-based controls. Start with where you can actually deliver. If you're local, pick your service radius. If you're global, include all viable markets. Don't just pick one. And in the locations, I would recommend being as broad as physically possible for your business structure. Second of all, custom audiences. This goes in inclusions. Pull in warm traffic, so site visitors, email lists, engagers, video views, etc. Meta loves this data because it can help guide the algorithm without suffocating it. Detailed targeting suggestions comes next. Add 2 to 5 interest groups related to your offer, but keep them in suggestion mode. You're not locking Meta in, you're just giving it hints. And lastly, age and gender suggestions. Leave these open unless your data strongly suggests otherwise. Meta is better at optimizing than you think. Should you still use lookalikes? Lookalikes used to be gold. We've built 6-figure accounts off of lookalikes. But now, Meta builds lookalike logic into every campaign. Still, if you're in lead gen, for example, or if Meta's not nailing it on the quality side, you might want to explicitly upload a 1% or a 2% lookalike from buyers or quality leads. But don't over rely on them. You should see them as a nice to have, but not a must have. Moving on to open targeting. When should you use it? If your pixel is seasoned and your account has solid purchase data, test full open targeting. No interests, no age limits, no gender settings. In many accounts, open targeting is the top performer. But again, that is when your pixel is seasoned. If you are just starting out or testing a new offer, start with the layered suggestions as I recommended previously. On to manual targeting. When and why should you use this? If you still want full control, you can switch to manual mode in Advantage Plus and define hard boundaries, setting limits. But just as a warning, Meta will decrease your campaign score and performance usually drops unless you have a really good reason to set it up manually. Some reasons could be avoiding duplicate targeting or managing audience fatigue, something like that. Manual targeting works when you're running segmented funnel stages or promos to specific groups. say for example, returning customers or recent webinar sign up. Otherwise, I would trust Meta to optimize. Now on to retargeting. Retargeting in 2025 is all about depth. And here's how we build it. First of all, website visitors in the last 180 days. Second of all, video viewers that have watched 3+ seconds of your videos in the last 365 days. Third of all, Instagram and Facebook engagers. And fourth, email list uploads. A bonus, you can upload these with customer value. Perfect for retargeting. We layer these into our prospecting ad sets, or we can create warm audience campaigns, depending on offer type or funnel stage. And I really recommend not neglecting retargeting. Retargeting is your highest return on ad spend channel. So to recap, the best targeting strategy today isn't about micromanaging. It's about feeding Meta the right data, guiding it with suggestions, and letting it learn fast. Hit subscribe, drop your questions below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.